Good afternoon. My name is Murat Sönmez. I'm a member of the Managing Board of the World Economic Forum, also the head of the Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution in San Francisco. A year ago in this town, we announced a concept of creating a platform, a place, a dedicated space to accelerate the impact of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, not just for the privileged few who can afford it, but for the rest of the society. It was a concept. It was warmly adopted by a number of businesses, governments, and they said, if you set it up, we will be a part of it. And in the original founding team, Japan was the METI, Minister of Economy and Trade and Industry, was the first government and said, we're in. And in fact, their fellow showed up in San Francisco even before we launched the center. That shows the importance and the attention. We also had Sompo Holdings from insurance sector and said, look, these changes have a huge impact on insurance, and we're in thanks to Sakurada-san, followed by Suntory later on as a founding partner. And our goal at the center is to accelerate the impact to citizens and society by bringing together governments, civil society, businesses, international organizations, experts, to accelerate, to create these governance protocols, accelerate them by implementing pilots. In just 10 months, we have achieved a lot. It was an exciting moment. We established truly a dream team of leaders on blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, data policy, drones, autonomous vehicles, precision medicine, and the environment, and agile governance. We have today 37 partners, including the founding partners, Sompo and Suntory, Microsoft, SAP, Palantir, Turkcell, Kaiser Permanente, and Reliance Holdings. I was really excited when we launched the center and got the attention and the adoption from around the world. Today, I am 10 times, 100 times more excited because with the active participation of the Japanese government and active collaboration with Asia Pacific Institute, we're announcing the opening of our very first sister center in Japan, in Tokyo.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. And we also have stocks pulling back in a big way. And if you watched the video I did last night, I advise you that CPI will come in hot. And stocks were well overdue for a pullback. But remember, guys, inflation has been coming in hot constantly. But the mainstream media has been playing it down. But now the media has flipped. Now they're saying no rate cuts or even a rate hike. But guys, we know we're going to be getting rate cuts. Why? Because those drums are beating, are getting even louder. And we know the fourth industrial revolution, the emerging markets are ready to flip that switch. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. Of course, we have yield rates climbing up. We have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto up. And we have Tether and USDC. And then we have Circle launches USDC on Ethereum ZK Sync. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $441 billion yesterday. And, guys, make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And now the CPI numbers have come in hot and yield rates are rising, we know that assets are going to be pulling back. I put this in my stock Patreon account, and anytime the stock market is going to be taking a big pullback, we know the Fed is not going to take the blame. A distraction is definitely coming around the corner. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, of course, all down. Now, we have VanEck CEO says Ethereum ETFs will probably be rejected for the May review. But, guys, we know eventually they're going to get approved. Only thing we have to do is sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Steppen airdropping points worth over 30 million of its GMT tokens. And guys, make sure you're taking advantage of airdrops. Now we have MetaPlanet shares soar as Japanese firm buys Bitcoin, adds $1 billion to its balance sheet. And of course, this comes in partnership with some American fund managers like Morgan Creek Capital's Mark Yusko. And don't forget, Japan leaders were brought to San Francisco to plan out the fourth industrial revolution. And don't forget how important Japan's central bank's moves are when it comes to the global economy. Now we have Nomic and staking protocol Babylon teams up to offer liquid Bitcoin staking. Also, we have Uphold adding Bitcoin support to its new Vault wallet. Now we have Web3 game Metalcore launches on the immutable ZK EVM blockchain. And we know how important gaming is going to be for the millennials and Generation Z for them to accept the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have EtherFi maintains lead in liquid restaking niche with over 3.8 billion in deposit. Now we have Engine Layer restaking platform Engine Data Availability Layer debuts on Ethereum. And we know how important roll-ups are. And then lastly, guys, we have Google Cloud and Coinbase join Engine Layer as operators. And these clouds are ran by the big corporations, and that means the big corporations are running crypto. And we know they funded crypto from the beginning. And if you look back at Google, it was started by DARPA grant. So basically you see DARPA, the CIA, the NSA, all have connections with Google. Don't forget, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan for this fourth industrial revolution. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.